So we do have a couple places we can visit. I think first things first, we're going to kind of clear our way and make our way up to the north here. And then I think we'll head down south to Fomno. And I think that'll be our plan here. These wizards are kind of sucker jumps, so we can clear them out real easy. But again, I try not to do too much grinding on camera. I try and save a majority of that for off-camera stuff because it's not as fun. Some glimmer glass. There is... I can't remember if there's another creature we can get up here to be able to go across the water or not. But we'll head up here to the academy. Oh, they're singing. Near the branches of the birches, daffodils sway and swing. Here among the graceful gardens, budding young ladies sing. We'll stride across the wide, wide world and hunt for many medals low and high. I'm not singing this. But our hearts live forever in La Académie de Notre Maître de Médaille. Again, I took Spanish. There we go.
Très bien. A splendid rendition, girls. Now, to your lesson. May you have a maximally fruitful day on your journey to become miniature ladies par excellence.
All together now. Merci, Monsieur Médaille.
Merci, Monsieur Médaille.
Merci, mesdemoiselles. What have we here? It is not so often that we receive les visiteurs. It is a minimally common occurrence, in fact. Incroyable! I do not believe it! Young man, it must have been fate that brought you here. Destiny! La Providence!
Excuse me, sir?
I sense a great power within you. A power of maximal significance. There is much to discuss, but not out here, eh? Come to my office, and I will reveal all you need to know. It is nearby, a minimal distance. You will see.
I love this game. All right. We do have a couple things we can explore on the campus grounds here. We'll trample the flowers. No respect for the vegetation. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I also think it's really funny because there have not been many instances where we see in Dragon Quest XI monsters and humans hanging out, but it's actually a pretty common thing in previous games. Oh, I'm Sassy, the leader of the roughest, toughest girl gang in the academy. We live by a single rule. Don't do bad things to good people, but stuff the rest of them. Problem is, I've gone and broken it. Have you met Madame Wallop, my form teacher? She's one of the good guys, but I accidentally stole her favorite whip and threw it down the, you know. She might seem to be all sweetness and light, but when she gets angry, she gets seriously scary. If she finds out what I've done, she'll have my guts for garters. If I could get a replacement, I might be able to get out of this without too much trouble. But it turns out you can only make them with a fun-sized forge. I might as well face it. I'm stuffed. Hold on. You're some kind of globe-trotting adventurer, right? You haven't happened to pick up a fun-sized forge on your travels, have you? If you have, it would be amazing if you could help me out. Well, will you make me a new whip for Madame Wallop? Sure thing. Thanks a million. Let's get started then, shall we? I found a set of instructions for making the same type of whip in the library. Here you go. Alright, we learn how to make Queen's whips. Madame Wallop's a classy lady, so a bog standard one won't cut the mustard. Sorry to be a pain, but I'm gonna need a +1 version or better. Oh, and don't even thinking of equipping it yourself. If she finds out a boy's had his grubby mitts all over her special whip, there'll be hell to pay. My life's in your hands, adventurer. Forge me a whip fit for a queen, and let me make amends. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so found out we need a green eye and another mirror stone in order to craft that whip, but we can, I'm pretty sure I remember places we can go, because I think behind the door departure, I think, has a respawning green eye we can grab, and we'll find somewhere to get a mirror stone somewhere. We've gotten one before, I just have to remember where. We do have another side quest we can snag here. There is also really important thing here. So this is just the regular inn where they'll let you slip. If you don't have Draconian Quest, because I'm pretty sure I can't do this, you can buy Perfectionist Pearls here. So again, I can't do that, but if you're playing the game normally, yeah, go for it. You must be the Voyager Monsieur Madel. I don't know how to say that. Told me of. I am Madame de Beauvoir, a vice principal de la Academy. Perhaps you might be able to help me with a unique privy, a private investigation. Enquete? I don't know. I was tidying the bookshelves in the bibliothèque the other day when I made a strange discovery. And amongst the old and dusty textbooks, I found a diary. I thought it was probably left behind by an ex-estudiante, a girl who had once studied here, so I had a petite peep inside, but what I found there was... Hold on. God, French is hard. Curieux et encore curieux. Very strange indeed. Curio? I don't know. Tell me, Voyager, will you help me get to the bottom of this little mystery? I'm just gonna translate it. Thank you, Voyager. Thank you very much, Monalore. Let me tell you what was written in the journal. Here I will bury my memories, where the shadow of the birch tree that we dreamed beneath stretches in the evening light. All that I leave behind, I leave to you, my dearest friend. It may be merely my imagination, but I can't help thinking that this message is meant for me. When we were girls, my best friend and I would sit often on the swings beneath the old birch's branches and speak of what our lives would be like when we were grandes personas? If this message is from her, then I must know what it means. What is buried out there in the garden? I would go and search myself, but alas, during the day I am busy with my work, and at night I cannot see where I am digging. If you would search the garden in my stead, I would be très obligé. Very grateful indeed. At the end, allow me to read the message to you. Okay. Alright, cool. Sick. So we can also clear out upstairs here. And there's a few more fun little things we can get through this. Hold on. Please hold. There we go. Oh, hello, ma'am. Oh, hello there. My name's Priscilla. I have a problem. A secret anguish that I can't tell any of my classmates. You look like a tight-lipped sort of fellow. If I share my deepest, darkest secret with you, will you promise not to tell anyone? Sure thing. Mwah! Thank you so much. Now, have you heard of Le Mini Monde? It's our school newsletter. Well, I heard that Madame Cherie was starting a new column offering advice to the lovelorn, so I wrote a letter to ask her about my secret passion. But I'm too afraid to read her answer. What if she says that he'll never be mine? My heart would break clean in two. That's why I need someone to read it for me. But I can't ask any of my classmates. They can never know the unfathomable depths of my desire. Which is where you come in. Could you go and read this month's issue of Le Minimonde for me and see what Madame Cherie says I should do? You'll find it pinned up on the notice board in the gallery overlooking... Okay, hold on. The study. If you can't see it, just ask Bastien, the editor. She's a hammerhood, so you should be able to spot her easily enough. She'll be able to tell you where to find it. The agony and the ecstasy. Okay, we do have some stuff, some like loot and stuff we can get through these rooms. So we'll just go and invade the privacy of all these schoolgirls. You know, as you do. Alright. A bling bling belt, okay. Jolly songs for jolly girls. Grubby grubby goblins. A traditional Swartstrustian folk song. Don't be shy, sing along. Grubby grubby grublins, so small and strange and lumpy. Grubby grubby grublins, some are gloomy, some are grumpy. Gloomy grublins always sad, grumpy grublins always mad. Come on, little grublins, oh, it's not so bad. Grubby, 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 grubby grublins. There you go. I made up for not singing earlier. Fun fact, I used to be a music major too. Alright. It's a story entitled I Love to Hate You, a schoolyard scandal. Standing in the unkempt field behind the school, the wind playing with the crimson scarf wrapped tightly around her neck and tussling her auburn hair, Emily's eyes burned with barely concealed rage. Finally, Matilda appeared. The two girls locked eyes. The stalk of an unripe cherry poked from the corner of Matilda's mouth. You took your time, Emily. Her voice was harsh. Oh, hold on. Her voice was harsh. Almost screaming. Don't speak with your mouth full, Matilda, Emily snapped back. You know how I hate that. You wouldn't want to make me angry now, would you? Matilda grinned her wicked grin and spat the cherry pip high into the air where it soared in a lazy arc. And it was then that Emily realized the moment that the pip hit the ground would mark the start of the fateful final fight between these two long-standing rivals. To be continued. Will Emily survive? What will happen to Matilda? Read the stunning conclusion in next month's issue, The Scarlet Scarf's Farewell. Alright. Hey, a mini medal. Sick. Okay, we can go ahead and get some progress on our quest. So we want to look for the notice board over here. So, hey, it's the editor. I'm Bastien, editor-in-chief of the school newsletter Le Mini Monde. Not that you know it from this big blank 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 space on the notice board. I just finished tacking up this month's issue when I got caught by the breeze and blew it out the window. And to top it all off, it was an all new format. I said one too many news, my bad. It even had the long-awaited Cherie column, advice for the lovelorn from Madame Cherie herself. Or Cherie, hold on, French sucks. Were you hoping to get some advice yourself? I'm sorry, but it would take me far too long to reprint it. I've decided to write this issue off and start work on the next one instead. If you're absolutely desperate to read down the Madame Cherie column, you'll just have to hunt down the one and only copy. It blew away in the direction of the Eyrie. I'll wager that some kindly monster has found it and stuck it up on a signpost somewhere. Why do I think that? Because it was a masterpiece, of course. Even the meanest monster would recognize its genius and want to share it with the whole world. Alrighty. There's so much here. The Academy has so much. Just a church here. Nothing too crazy. In fact, let me peek at something real quick. Okay. Alright. There's a lot of books here, so brace yourselves. Hey, a recipe book. Okay, great. I never looked at that bling belt. Let's just see what it is real quick. Bumps up charm. Okay. You know what? Here you go, boy. 259 charm. That's insane. That's so much right now. There's a book called King Charlemagne's Maximally Marvelous Idea. Since long before the Metal King ever became a king, he lived only for his beloved mini medals. Gathering as many of these little golden friends as he could was all he ever cared about. But the moment he held his newborn daughter in his arms, something changed. Suddenly he found himself caring about someone else's happiness. He wanted the best for his little girl, no matter what it took. For 3 days and 3 nights, he racked his brains, trying to think of how he might ensure that the princess grew to be a wise, graceful, beautiful woman who loved mini medals just as much as he did. Then, on the morning of the 4th day, as he performed his daily exercises, specially tailored to help him seek out many medals, of course, he had an idea. Eureka, he shouted. I shall create a school where young ladies can learn the wonders of mini medals. And so, l'Académie, the rest of it, was born. Okay, here's another one. 7 Wonders of the Academy. Wonder number 7, the mysterious rose of the window, a student slain in a terrible accident. This spirit, once a pupil of the Academy, is doomed not only to remain in our world, but to remain in the very spot where she met her untimely death. She appears in the prep rooms at night and is never seen anywhere else. Her mournful face can be seen staring from the windows on cold and lonely evenings. At what she gazes, only she can know. Perhaps she still dreams of graduating, something she can never do, and of the chance to go out and see the big, wide world. Another recipe book. Stars of Clarity, Necklaces of Immunity, and Full Moon Collars. Ew. Actually, really good. The Dogged Collar, I think, is actually a fantastic item that we can get here, too. Perfect picnics for monster riding, mademoiselles. A Skull Rider steed is fast and strong, but not so fast that the rider's tummy doesn't start to rumble before he reaches his destination. Anyone who's traveled on Monsterback knows that it's hunger work. Which is why, whenever I set out to the world atop a monster mount, I make sure to pack a hearty lunch. 2 large rounds of sandwiches and a pot of coffee with 3 lumps of sugar and plenty of milk, the perfect traveler's picnic. With that in my knapsack, I'm ready to sit back and watch the world go by in style, knowing that I have a real treat awaiting me when hunger strikes. Whew, boy. Alright. What's up, child? Okay. Alright, I'm the biggest bookworm in the Academy. I've read every single volume of this library from cover to cover. If you're looking for an interesting read, I can highly recommend All That Glitters Is Soon Gone. What could that be? There's a book called All That Glitters Is Soon Gone, A Tale of Condors and Criminality by David Attenville. Or Divide Attenville. Deep in the eastern reaches of the Champ Salvage, a secluded valley sits high in the mountains. The locals call it the Eyrie, for it is the nesting place of the most infernal of the flying fiends, the Elysium bird. Like many of its smaller avian cousins, this bird shows a compulsive interest in objects that twinkle and glisten, and will roam far and wide in search of such treasures. The most egregious example of this behavior occurred quite recently, when a particularly aggressive individual attacked a nearby manor house. The beast tore through the very roof of the building and made away with a large silver orb, the most priceless heirloom of the noble family who dwelt there. The monster was thought to have taken the orb back to the Eyrie, but the party sent to recover it never returned. It seems likely that both they and the treasure that they sought will never be seen again. A previous student register. There's a list of all kinds of weird and wonderful names, followed by a note saying that the register for the next school year will be compiled soon. Alright. Dear Lord, there's even more. The medal-winning wisdom of Manette Maximilian. Mysteries? If ever you are lost as to how to be perfect little ladies, I ask you to do one thing for me. Remember the example of the mini-medal hunt. What is the first thing we do when we set out in search of our little friends? That's right, we unroll our trusty world maps and think carefully about where we will begin our search. In other words, we exercise our knowledge of the world and our powers of reason. It is these two things of which all our actions as mature, thoughtful ladies must be based. To discover many medals is to discover the world, and this is why we seek them out, because to be a woman in this day and age means to be a thinker and a doer par excellence. Okay, we did it. We read a bunch. There is, if we wait until nighttime, we can get a third quest here. And there's also the little route here. I don't... Yeah, I was gonna say, this is just a way where we can see previous cutscenes. So, you know, nothing crazy there. But we'll talk to the headmaster. All right.
Ah, there you are. Now, you must allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Maxime Médaillé.
That's how you say it. Okay.
And this is my humble establishment, l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles, a school in which miniature ladies bloom into beautiful full-grown flowers.
How am I ever supposed to say that?
As part of the education, we encourage our pupils to journey through all the lands of Edrea and to gather the maximum number of mini medals they can find. As they hunt for medals, they immerse themselves in the cultures of the world and acquire at least a minimum of, how you say, savoir-faire. But every so often, a born medal hunter comes along. I sense this in you. I see the most maximally adroit medal detector of my career before me. However, there is one miniature problem. The Academy is for young girls and young girls alone. Sadly, I cannot offer you a place here. But does this mean I will allow such potentiel maximal to remain untapped? No! By the power vested in me, I hereby enroll you as an honorary member of l'Académie de Notre Maître des Médailles.
Exactly what we wanted. Now to the formalities. First of all, take this, your very own album de medaille. What? What are you saying? You already have one. I knew it was a bon idea to... idea to open that office. I have them and out. I have them and like missing an H. Out albums to able adventurers in the hopes of finding a medal collector maximal. And now I have found you. Now that you are enrolled as an honorary student of the Academy, I can give you access to the full package for elite medal detectors only. Allow me to upgrade your album to its maximum capacity. And we have more pages. For each and every mini medals that you bring me, I will add a minuscule stamp to the album. And the more stamps you collect, the more maximally magnificent your rewards will be. Now go, young man. Your quest to collect the maximum number of mini medals has officially begun. Seek them out, pick them up, and bring them to me. Alright. So we can get four more. And we'll get a rune staff whenever we hit 20. That's cool. I'm gonna break your pots. Hey! I forgot that was there. There we go. 2 more. Alright. Okay, let's rest until the night real quick. We had a lot of reading that we did today. Or wait, can I not rest till... That sucks. Okay. Alright, well never mind. So what do we have here, quest-wise? Okay, we're at a spot now where we're gonna clear out some quests. Now, the one where we have to find it, I think is frustrating because it talks about sitting under this swing, under the tree and all that. It has nothing to do with it. It's actually going to be out here in the garden, and it's super hard to see because of all the flowers, but here's the page. Or the little memory box. You found a memory box buried in the gardens. Woohoo! Alright, let's go turn in this reward here. Here you go, ma'am. You found this box? What is inside it, I wonder? Let me have a little look. Finds a red ribbon and a letter inside. She unfolds the letter and begins to read. By the time you read this, I'll be far, far away. The Crown Prince of Heliodor has asked for my hand in marriage, and I cannot refuse him. I am to be a queen, so I cannot think of my own happiness anymore. My kingdom, my people must come first. I am afraid that I will no longer be myself. But even though I may change, I will always carry the wonderful memories of the days we shared together in my heart. I will never forget you. So I beg you, dear friend, do not forget me. Remember the girl I was, and know that you will always be, I don't know how to say that, my best friend, my soulmate. I give you my ribbon as a token of our eternal friendship. You always said how much you liked it, and now it is yours. Ah, so it is true. It is a letter from, my dearest friend. Oh, from her. I keep forgetting. Stupid French. She was the prettiest girl in the school. La plus belle fille de l'académie with long, beautiful black hair that she always tied with that bright red ribbon. On the day of our graduation, I learned that she was to be married to the prince of a faraway kingdom. I felt so betrayed. We had such a terrible argument. That was the last time I ever saw her. I heard she gave birth to a daughter, but was taken ill soon after the child was born and passed away. I have always regretted what happened that night. We should not have fought. She was happy, and I should have been happy for her. So many years have passed since those jours de rêve, the dreamlike days we spent together, but I have thought about ma belle amie every day since we said au revoir. I knew that one. Merci, voyageur. I thank you for bringing us together once more. Voila. I knew that one too. We're on a roll. Take a ribbon as your reward. When my friend was in June we lost it. She wore it in her beautiful air. But I am an old woman now. I must follow her lead and let go of childish things. Let your companion wear it instead. She is très belle too, with the long black hair just like that of my friend. I am sure it will suit her just as much as it did ma belle amie. And we received the Belle's Bow, which is fantastic. This is so... Yeah, we learned that, you know, my god, Jade's mom and her, the vice principal, were roommates. So this is a really, really good item here. And we'll probably upgrade this too. Because with this being a +3, this is going to give her 6 mana regen every turn, which is fantastic. So with how expensive some of her abilities are, this is going to help us be able to afford those much, much more. In fact, I'll see if I can just upgrade that now, because that's going to be a late game item. Okay, it was a little expensive because it took me a couple tries, but we were able to at least get this up to a +2. So this is going to be 5 mana regenning per turn, which is a lot. That's really, really good. But that's as far as our easy quest going to be. Our next one is going to be probably best accomplished. Well, actually, we can get some materials, so I'll look those up real quick. Hey, so we are actually over here at the Emerald Coast. I forgot, and I kind of forgot to start recording again before, but there's actually a green eye, which is one of the items we need for the Queen's Lip, right behind the door departure itself. But there's also, because we never really got a chance to explore this because of the cutscene, there's actually some items here that I completely forgot about. So we got an enchanted stone there, which is fantastic because we were looking for one of those as well. And a nice little ore deposit down here. Okay, so some gold and silver ore. Nothing crazy. Now, I do have an idea of where to get our next one. Crap. I'll be back. I've got to go the long way. So, I kind of forgot that... Hold on, my controls are being weird. There we go. I kind of forgot that we never actually got this campsite here. So we will do that really quickly. And make our way to that. We'll kill this slime knight. Oh! Wait, no, this doesn't work. They're not like actual metal. Yo, free counter! Okay. This does... Yeah, I don't think these guys are actually metal slime stuff.
How can this be happening?
Oh my gosh, that's a triple Shypox. Sick. Yeah. Alright, we'll get a party pooper. Wow. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Hero is down. Okay. Eric?
I got your
Get in there, buddy. Whoosh?
Whoosh!
That's not a lot of damage. Okay, crackle. Okay. Well, we can get some single target. Whoa, that's not a lot. Okay. That's spooky.
Whoosh!
These guys are tinky. I felt like the hero did respectable damage, but maybe it's just because his strength and platinum greatsword are just that good. We'll go ahead. Honestly, Savando here with Whoosh is one of our more consistent sources of damage. We'll go ahead and just do no damage. Pretty sick. Jade, you got me. Okay. You got me, Grandpa? There we go. That's 2. Okay. These guys were tanky. Okay. Alright. Okay. But now we have a metal slime knight. I don't actually think there's a ton. Whoops! I bumped my right trigger. My bad. Okay. Sick. Alright. Jade? But yeah, so now that we have the Bell's Bow, like, at least, like, Party Pooper is free. We can literally do that every turn. It takes a few turns now for us to get a multi-thrust. But, like, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a cock-a-doodle-doo. Get the hero back awake. Okay. Jeez. Alright. That's fine. Big damage.
Well, that was easy.
Alright, I'm going to keep my finger off of the trigger. but it should be somewhere around here. We'll go ahead and get this campsite real quick just to have it unlocked. Okay. But around... I forgot about this sparkly spot. There's a red eye. And then I think... we've got to get over to that ore deposit. Which I need to go back up north for. Okay. All of this to come around to this, and I'm pretty sure the ore deposit has what I need. Platinum ore. Okay, well that's good. And a mirror stone. Also, good to remember that the platinum ore is there, so honestly I might try and reset that, because that is all we need to build the Draconian armor, which will be a pretty significant defensive upgrade for the hero. And it gets us a cool new costume. But that is all we need to get those crafting materials. So we'll head back to the academy, craft a whip, and be good to go. Yeah, I think we must get that in Act 2. Alrighty. Sorry, it's always like, sometimes the camera gets super janky. Alright. Now that we're here, let's craft our Queen's Whip. Alright, so we were able to craft this to a Queen's Whip +2, but we did have to rework it, which was 9 more Perfectionist Pearls. So that kind of hurts. Alrighty, there you go. Wow, what a whip! There's no way Madam Wallop can complain about this little beauty. This is sure to get me off the hook. In fact, even if she finds out what I did, she might reward me for throwing away her ratty old one when she sees this absolute corker. Tee-hee. Thank you, adventurer. I owe you. Here, have one of these. 3 mini medals. Alright. Well, that sure is something. We'll go ahead and turn that in. Okay, give me my stamps. Rune staff. There we go. Boom. And on to the next page. Alright. And I think... yeah, it's a slight upgrade. And a chance of paralysis, so that's pretty good. Alright, we are back at the northern campsite here. And we're gonna make our way through this here. Oh hey, there's a Jarvis. There should be some extra items up this way. That sucks. Let's try that again. There we go. And one more. An enchanted stone. Alright, well, it's useful to have. Okay. We'll shimmy our way back on over. Alright. There is a lip, but I think that's something we come back to later on. Nothing over here. Excuse me, bud. Alright. And again, I think that's something we get later. Brazilian shilling, okay. There's just all these items just all right on the path. I don't even have to go anywhere. This is great. Chunk of flintstone. Pink pine. And a sign that it's this way to the Eerie Eyrie. Enter at your own risk. I say we will.